Okay, hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to replace a motor on a TVS Vendetta. I had a bad crash. This motor's been playing up ever since, so now it's going to have to come off and be replaced. I've got my spare motor here. Alright, so all you have to do, it's quite a simple process, is unscrew the arm. Make sure the screws don't roll away. Unscrew the arm and then pull the arm off. So you don't need the drone really for now. You just got to remember the orientation. That's the front. So this is the motor here that's playing up. It's basically all the same screws. Same screw size head. So you've got to unscrew this back motor panel. The motor screws are a bit smaller than the other screws. Unscrew that. Panel is off. And then you got to unscrew the two screws that are holding the actual motor on. Okay, so after you've done this, the motor will go free. What you have to do is get a pair of pliers, or just try and use your fingers and push the yellow thing out. The motor is now free. You have to push the wires through that slim groove and then make sure the triangle parts are aligned and pull the triangle through. This is the bad motor, this is the good arm, this is the good motor. Okay, so just going to unwrap the new motor. Okay, so I've just unwrapped the new motor. I also had to charge the GoPro, so I had to end the filming. Alright, so what you have to do is thread this yellow connection point through the hole and then get it so that the motor's pointing in the right direction. You then have to thread those wires through the little line groove. If you do it one by one, it seems to go on a lot easier. Then you've got to push the motor through so the wire is tight and you can see the holes through it. You then have to push the yellow connector through the arm so that it fits perfectly. This part can be a bit of a push sometimes. In fact, it might be a bit easier if I get the motor sorted out first so it's in the perfect position. It's not too hard a job, it's just a bit fiddly sometimes. The reason I have to change this motor is because as I was flying along I accidentally hit the emergency disarm button, which may force the drone to fall out of the sky. All you have to do is get the holes aligned with the motor holes and then screw, and then you should be good to go. Don't do the first one up too tight, because then if the second hole isn't in the right position, it can be a bit of a pain. Okay, so sorry, my GoPro ran out of memory there. As I was saying, so you've just screwed the second hole in. Now it should be a bit easier to fit this yellow connection through the arm. Sometimes what you can do is just push it against a table, which can get it in, but sometimes you just need to use a pair of pliers. It depends on which way you put it in. And what I found with the Vendetta is that some motor leads are longer than others, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, so it took a bit of a struggle, but I managed to get it through. All you have to do is just get it, be persistent, get it in a line, and just kind of force it in. Alright, so after you've done that, got and threaded that through, you need to put the cover back on. To do this, you just put it in a line, get the 2 holes in the right space, and then push it through. Wait till you feel a bit of tension, and then screw. Like I said before, don't do the first screw up tight. Oh, that wasn't even going in. So you've got to make sure that you've got your screw going into the hole. So that's in. And like I said before, do that bit loose so you can move it around. Don't tighten up strong until it's definitely perfect. And then tighten them up properly. And then you can put your arm back on and test it out. I've already done a video on putting the Vendetta together, but what I do is look at the arm and then look for the 2 holes with the shorter gap in between them, and then look at the drone and find the 2 holes with the shorter gap between them, and then match those 2 holes together. This will mean that every time you put the arm on, it will be facing the right way around. Then you put your screws in. Tighten till you get hard, and then nip. Never over tighten screws because it can either cross thread them or it can just break the screws. Cross, no nip. Which is why I've got that tape there, because my covers for this part here, the screw broke off inside, so now I can't put that cover back on, which is annoying, but it doesn't really affect the drone. So after you screwed this one in, you screw your tab back on. You can power up your Vendetta and test to see if the motor works. This has been Sky High Movies. Thank you for watching.